Hey guys, hope you're having a great day today. It is Thursday. Happy Thursday morning to you. I hope that your morning is going well. My morning is going great. The sun is out. I'm awake. Maxine and I got our walk. She is already back in bed, ready for the rest of her morning nap. She like follows me around as soon as I get home, and I'm like, I was upstairs, downstairs, here, and I'm like, well, let me just bring your bed into the kitchen and you can lay down. So she's gonna take her morning nap there. I'm gonna make some food today. So we have done this week, on whatever day it was, Monday, we did all that meal prep with all of that wonderful food from the discount store. Well, I still have a lot more. I have 4 bags of buns sitting here on my counter. Make some poor boy subs today and some regular Italian subs. I want to make some yogurt today. I've got a list. There's other things. I'm going to try to do some brown sugar today, make some popsicles, make a pudding dessert, you know, all the good things today. So it's going to be an amazing day. We're prepping and making food for our families. That's the beautiful thing. It's like I talked yesterday about how I only spent $170 per month per person for the last few months. That's awesome. It doesn't mean that you can't have anything good. Doesn't mean that you can't have extra treats. Like we got the extra dirt cups. Those were definitely more than a normal, snack would be. And then also the banana pudding. That's a little bit more and extra than things are. But it's about just kind of using up what you have and kind of, looking around and going, okay, what can I get creative with? And like I got all these sub buns. I'm like, what can I do with all these? Sure, I can turn them all into breadcrumbs. But I got a lot of those, by the way, 4 huge gallon bags. So I've got tons of breadcrumbs until the cows come home. Anybody else remember that saying? Side note, I remember in my kids' curriculum for school that I wrote, we did, sayings, and they were all ones like, out of the frying pot, or out of the frying pot into the fire, out of the frying pot into the fire, break a leg, do it till the cows come home, things like that. And so I'm like reading these, and I'm like, I'm like, your generation will probably never say these. You'll never hear these ever. So I'm like, I don't really think you need to even know what they are. And so I laugh, but I'm like, my generation, I still remember in school going through and reading those and not understanding. I was like young, you know what I mean? Like first grade going, it was like, don't let the cat out of the bag. And I'm like, okay, well, don't literally let the cat out of the bag. And I didn't realize they were just sayings for them. So anyways, till the cows come home, we've got lots of stuff to get done. So it's going to be an amazing day. We're going to get food done. I'm going to share real quick because the only way that I can share is if I share on social media here, because this is my outlet to the world. I have a new curriculum for homeschoolers. So if you are a homeschooling parent or know anybody that's a homeschool parent, I have a ton of free, completely free curriculum. You can go download it on my blog. No questions asked, no sign up, no nothing. You just go download it and school your kids for completely free, like worksheet, the basics. Well, then I just started getting an inspiration, and it was all about reading, because a lot of people ask me questions and they ask how I do things, and it's hard to sum up in just like a comment on YouTube videos, and I try to do videos on it, things like that. But it's like I thought, let me write a book where it lays everything out so that you're sitting at home, you can read through it. It's stuff that I talked about many times over the years on here and on my blog, but it's all condensed down into one book here. So with this, you get the book, and then also you get a ton of free downloads, a ton that you pretty much don't have to do anything else. I think I wrote down a few suggestions to purchase, and it was literally like paper and pencils, a ruler, a dice. There's not a whole lot of things that you need to school your children. You'd be surprised how little that you actually do need. And so that's all right here in this book. So I'm gonna link this below. So if you want something to read and go through and kind of get a whole different approach to the traditional schooling that I feel like our school system is failing most of our kids, not all of them, and I get that, but I feel like the overall approach does not apply. I have 10 children, and so, and the only reason I share that is because not all kids are created equal, and their school system is set up for like a certain way to learn, and this is how you do it, sit at a desk all day long, and this is you. And after having many kids and multiple different kinds, all raised the same, it's like they all learn differently. This book right here helped me a whole lot to go, okay, this child learns this way, this child learns this way. Am I perfect at it? No, but at least it just gets you out of that mentality of sitting at a desk and working for 6 hours a day. So if you want this, look below in the description box and get yourself a copy. So, all right, enough said with that. You ready for an amazing day? I'm ready for an amazing day. All right, first thing, I'm gonna get some milk poured in here. We're making yogurt. You ready? All right, let's go. We have been enjoying making yogurt. My kids like it again all of a sudden. Not all of a sudden. They've always liked homemade yogurt. And one of those things where I made it, you know what I like to do? I like to rinse this out real good before, hold on. When you have multiple people doing your dishes, and not that my kids are not good at doing things, I miss things. And so I always like to wash it out real good to make sure there's nothing else in here. So anyways, yogurt, my kids, we used to make it all the time. I'd make it back on my channel in the mountains. We made it all the time in big giant jars, and we had it forever. And then it's like they went through a phase where they didn't eat it at all. And so now they're back to liking it. So this is good. So I'm gonna do, I was just doing 1 gallon of milk, and then it seemed like after about the week and a half, they're ready for another one. So I didn't only have enough tiny jars to do like 1 whole batch. I've got a little bit more up there of milk, but I did buy some quart jars. So I'm gonna do some in there as well. So I'm gonna see, can we get all of this in this pan? I think we can. It's hot, I think we can. I'm thinking we can. So this you just heat up to 185 degrees. And then what you do is, can we make it overflowing? I bet you it'll be right to the top. That's okay, someone can drink this milk. Okay, so you just reheat this up to 185 degrees, and then you can let it go to like 5 more minutes, and then I'm gonna let it cool in a big giant bowl with ice, and then it's like a whole process, but it's so simple. Stick it in my oven, and for like, I did it for, I think I used to do it for 3 hours. I do it for about 6 hours now. Makes the best yogurt ever, because we still have strawberries all pureed up for like sundae topping. And so then I also have a bunch of frozen strawberries from the discount store, so that will take care of all of this to be covered with lots of strawberry topping. That's what they like. And then they also put it in smoothies with frozen bananas, and that's another favorite. Okay, the next thing I'm gonna do is make some homemade chocolate pudding, because I'm gonna be doing some pudding pops. So I wanna cook it because I'm gonna make it from scratch, and then that way it will cool before I'm ready to use it. So this is, you can make all your pudding from scratch. Why don't you? Because sometimes it's convenience, and I use the packages. When I make my cookies, I make those Mama Bell's chocolate chip cookies. She uses a dry mixture for that. We have made it from scratch before. When you make it from scratch, you always go, why do I never do it from scratch? Why do I, like, even if I make chocolate pie, I'm like, why do I always buy the boxes? So I think as things progress more and more, and you realize how expensive everything is, and you know, you can turn to making a whole lot of things from scratch. Nothing wrong with making them like and buy them from the store. Been there, done that all day long. So, but if you can do it from scratch, it's just so much better. So I'm gonna put into my pot here, add 1 1/3 cup of sugar, 2/3 cup of cocoa powder, and 1/3 cup of cornstarch. I'm gonna stir that together so it's mixed up real well. The original recipe has a pinch of salt. I'm not adding any because my butter is salted butter, and they recommend unsalted butter. So I'm gonna mix this up, and then we'll put it and add in 4 1/2 cups of milk. Stir that real good, and then we're gonna bring it to a boil on the stove. So all you're gonna do is stir this constantly, and then it's gonna come to a boil. And it's gonna thicken. Very simple. You take it off the heat. We're gonna add our butter to it and vanilla extract. Now when someone says to consistently stir it, just kind of keep going back and forth. Don't leave it too long. What I'm gonna do real quick is take my grapes here. We got these at the discount store, and they were good if you ate them like the first couple days, and then they weren't super hard. They were kind of a little soft. So I was like, no one's gonna eat those. Well, I froze them. I don't like them. They're squishy at all, but I froze them. And like, you don't even obviously notice the squish. They're yummy and good. Now, we used to freeze grapes a long time ago. I haven't frozen in years. Autumn said the other day, she's like, frozen grapes. I love frozen grapes. And so I said, isn't that funny? I said, when you guys were little, I used to do that. I haven't done it in a long, long time. So it was a good thing I did. So these are all just mixed up. They're actually good. So even the grapes that weren't like perfect on eating them, some of them were a little bit brown, they're still really good when you freeze them. So that's a good thing. Okay, so I got probably like 2 good quarts. I got another one of probably 3 good quarts size bags. I just use gallon bags of grapes in my freezer, so very good. Look at that, it's chocolate pudding, delicious. All you do is add the butter in. I'm gonna do 3 tablespoons of butter, and vanilla. And it's salted butter, so that's why I didn't add any salt to mine. So put that in there, and we're gonna stir that up. Make sure you don't put wrappers in there. think I need to clean that cover. It's a little bit messy. A little bit of vanilla, and then just stir it. So this you're gonna just let cool. I'm literally gonna set it over here like I have my little shelf right there. I'm gonna turn that fan on actually in the dining room so it can cool quickly. Okay, then the next thing I'm gonna do, I'm gonna let that cool for just a few minutes and then I'm gonna stick it in my refrigerator so it kind of gets cooled faster so I can keep making my pudding cups. So I bought these cookies, assorted sandwich cream liquids. I like creme cookies. These ones I remember eating as a kid. I never liked them. I guess I like the chocolate ones, but not really the vanilla. They still, but they're, oh, they taste the same. Yeah, tastes like a cookie. All right, so the battery diet, the Oreos obviously have a little bit more chocolatey chocolate to them, but these are good. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put them in the food processor. I'm gonna grind them up. I'm gonna do the vanilla ones as well. I'm gonna do those separate because I'm just thinking, I'm like, I could use them for some topping. I don't know, maybe even the banana pudding on top. I guess we'll kind of see. That might be a good little crumbly thing. So let me grind the white ones up first, stick them in a bag. I'll do the chocolate ones next. I may even use these still. Let's see here today. So with the Oreos, you're going to get a little bit more cream, I think. It's like creamy filling. But look at they're still like crumbs. That'll work. That's what we need them for. Homemade popsicles. We've been making these for eons, ages, all day long. And I started doing them with my kids because we had so many little kids. We had 10 kids. We still have 10 kids. But we had a lot of little ones and popsicles were expensive. So I was like, how can I get some cheap, good, fun treats? And so I started doing, I was back in my blogging days, and I started doing like I remember as a kid having pudding pops. Anybody else remember pudding pops? Absolute favorite popsicle ever. And so I started making pudding pops for them. And then I'm like, ooh, why can't we turn some of their favorite desserts into frozen treats? So we did dirt cup popsicles. We also did banana split popsicles, where basically you take ingredients, you put in a banana split with a little bit of ice cream and then just freeze it. Oh, so good. And then I made root beer float popsicles. Schwan Man used to sell root beer float popsicles. I think I saw them at the store as well, like nowadays. It was literally ice cream, and then around it was the root beer. Oh, I still remember how good that was. So good. So we've done those. We've done bomb pops. We've done Kool-Aid popsicles. We've done lemonade ones where you put like strawberries in it. We've done ones where you take Sprite and put gummy bears in it. I really like that too. Many different. I'm trying to think all the other kinds. We had creamsicles. We've done anything with ice cream is delicious. You put like vanilla ice cream and do the orange soda in there. So good as well. So many, many varieties. My kids are all grown up. They don't really love, they love popsicles. They like, Steven's like Mom's Pops. So do the other kids. And they're more like ice cream. So, but I asked them, I said, do you guys want any kind of popsicles anymore? So they said they do dirt cups. So I buy these right here, the 100 cups. You get an all-purpose cup, you get 100 cups. Tons, so 5-ounce portions. They're plastic, they work better. Paper's okay. I've done those before because I got them at the discount store, but they stick to the popsicles, so you have to rip them off. But these were great to have because we put them in huge 2-gallon size bags, and my freezer was always full of popsicles. So we would always have friends come over and people, and I'm like, do you want a popsicle? And I'd give them a variety and the choices that we had, and you just get a nice little bunch of them. So I'm thinking, I'm like, I've only got that much pudding, so I'm like, how much is it going to make? I don't really know. I could measure it all out. So I'm just gonna do one little tiny tray here. If I have to add more, I will. For ours, I'm gonna do, my kids, they're kind of grown up, but they'll still like a gummy worm in theirs. I'll put some of the dirt on the bottom, the chocolate, and then I'll put a gummy bear in it, and then I'll mix that pudding when it cools with, I'm tired, Miracle Whip, not Miracle Whip, Cool Whip, and then pour it on top. Stick a popsicle stick in it, put it in the freezer, freeze it solid. It's yummy. It's good and delicious. It's just a fun treat because you pop it out of the thing, you hold it like this for a second, it thaws for 2 seconds, you can pull it out, and you've got a wonderful dirt cup popsicle. So very good, fun thing to make. Okay, so I'm gonna get my yogurt is at 185. I'm going to time it for 5 minutes, let it kind of continue to boil. I did pour more milk in there. I know, crazy. Definitely crazy, so it's all good. So what I'm gonna do is be very careful and lift it and put it in my bowl in the sink. I'm gonna put ice in here. Actually, I'll take some over here. Fill it with ice and cold water and just put the pan in here. That worked great last time. This is the part where I have to carry this. Oh, I was like, what is outside the sprinklers? Carry this to the sink without spilling it. I might have to pour some out. I know, shouldn't have done it. Okay, so that definitely spilled because when you put on the ice cubes, it tilts a little bit. So I'm gonna wipe the milk up off the floor. Okay, word of caution, don't overfill it. Don't overfill it because what happens is I put on the ice and the ice is melting and then the pan tilts a little bit. So it's pouring out into the water below it. So it's all good. So this is just gonna go down to 125 degrees. Like right now it's moving. It's moving. 125 degrees or 120 degrees. 120 degrees, and then I'll add my starter. Here, whisk it in real good and I'll put it in jars. And put it in small ones first, and then I'll fill up the big ones because kids, some like little portable jars, but some just like pouring it out of the big one. So easy, easy, easy. Yeah, I'm kind of at a standstill here while that is cool enough. So what I'm gonna do, I'm like hungry. I'm like, you know what? I am hungry for breakfast. Sometimes I eat breakfast, sometimes I wait till later in the day. It just depends on my body and if it's hungry or not. And so sometimes I'll wait till like noon. Like yesterday I didn't eat until 1 o'clock and then just ate in the afternoon and dinner and that. But today I'm feeling like breakfast. So what I'm gonna do, I've got to be careful washing my hands here. I'm just eggs, bacon, and spinach. Sound really good. Like a scrambled egg and then put some fresh sauce on it. Ooh, that sounds really good. So I'm just gonna whisk these up here. Very simple. Put some of this good bacon in here. I still have bacon, which is awesome. This is then cooked and then crisped. Fork to stick in here. Or a spoon, I guess. I'm thinking to cut up some tomato here. These tomatoes were amazing. They were from the discount store. And basically they're Sam Club tomatoes, and I'm like, there was absolutely nothing wrong with the salsa. Oh, so good. Everybody loves the salsa. We are loving salsa and chips, just the Tostito chips. That's been a very good nighttime snack for everybody. Now put tomato in there, just one slice. And let me go get some spinach. All the spinach here from the freezer. We're gonna have to do some stuff with. It's usually better to crumble it before you freeze it, but I just froze it, so I'm just gonna squeeze it and kind of pinch it here and break it apart. Like you go through phases where you have a ton of spinach in your freezer, then you have none. So this would be my phase to have a ton in there, so it's just great. All right, put that in there. That's it. And Parmesan cheese. That'll be delicious. Simple, easy breakfast. So I just turn my oven on. Excuse me, I just turn my oven on and just shut it off so it can be like warm. If I just turn the light on, it seems to keep it like at a good temperature for the yogurt to marinate inside it. Let's check our temperature of our yogurt here. We're at 160, so it's getting there. Okay, eggs are done. Delicious, easy. I'll eat this up. This will be yummy. Get some salsa put it on. I put some more cold water in here because the water on the bottom was all warm. Okay, this is good. It's down. I just mixed it. It's down past 120, which is good. So I'm going to add in my yogurt here. You can save your yogurt from your previous mix of making it. It got eaten in our household, so I'm just going to add this in here. Actually, it's probably better to do let's do this. Get a spatula. Add both of these in because I did almost 2 gallons. Not quite, but it's about. I want to get this done before I start on my next one. I was kind of like waiting. I'm like, I could do something else, but I want to get the yogurt out of the way because it's kind of taking up your whole sink. It's a big, giant thing here. Okay. add that in. I don't think that Greek yogurt looked very thick, because Greek yogurt is just yogurt. Just like taking some liquid out. That doesn't even look as thick as I think the homemade kind here. So that makes me feel good to know that like mine is pretty thick even without straining it. All right, that's going in there. So we're just gonna whisk this, just stir it real well. I wanna incorporate it very, very good. And since my pan's already overflowing, embrace it. All I'm gonna do is pour them into my jars here. It's gonna spill, it already spilled. I just put it in the sink and then it spilled all over and I'm like, ah, it's okay. I just pour these all the way up. Okay, that is in there. It doesn't fit perfectly, so I had to make sure I lifted that shelf up a little bit. But this is good. Let me wash these out, and then I can keep going. All right, chocolate pudding is cooled, delicious, yummy. I am gonna add a container of this. I'm gonna do it right here in the pot, right inside here. We're gonna whisk it together to kind of mix it real well, and then I'm gonna take it and put it on top of my cups. Easy, yummy. All right, so I've got a whole tray of dirt cup popsicles. These were good. Sometimes if you have more liquidy stuff, you gotta stick it in the freezer for a little bit till it freezes a little bit. Then you can put the sticks in. I think I'm gonna put this outside. Let me see if I can make some room in here, and if not, I have to take it outside. To put the pan, and the pan fits the top, but there was like a little lip it had to get over when I was pushing down, and it made them all tip over, so those fit in there. Okay, we are moving right along. The next thing I'm gonna do is the banana pudding one, because why not keep rolling? But then I thought, I have those vanilla cookie crumbs, why don't I make a little bit extra? And then, because that was 4 cups of milk. How much is in a package of pudding? This is 3 cups of milk, and this would be 2 more, right? So that would give me 5. So what I'm thinking is I'll mix these 2 together, and then I will, you don't have to put bananas in, which is good. And then whatever, right, if it's too much to put in the pan, then I'll put some in cups and do some banana ones. I think that will work out that way. So let's mix this up in here. And I've got the vanilla wafers for the banana, and I got bananas right there. So it's even good freezing, putting it in the popsicle. You can cut up some bananas and put them in there too. Because as long as it doesn't get melty and like squishy, that's really good as well. That's what, like we used to do it for banana split popsicles, and that was really yummy to bite into like a frozen banana chunk. So that is not, I'm thinking this doesn't look right. Instant, yeah. Making sure it looks like the right, but I know it's different. I think it makes all the difference, right? Yellow, you think banana. This is more creamy orangey. You don't really think vanilla. Okay, so we are at a total of 5 cups of milk. 3, 4, 5. Wait, pour that in. And then whisk it up. Now box pudding will take a little bit to set up. It thickens as it sits. Isn't that weird? I have to look at the ingredients, what makes it do that. It's not like the cornstarch, the chemicals that do some kind of reaction. So the only thing, obviously you can make your own vanilla pudding, the only thing you cannot make is Cool Whip. So I know people have done it like with chickpeas. I can't imagine that tasting like Cool Whip. I really can't. Like I've seen that like in the viral things. I'm like, really? Does it really do like Cool Whip? So is there anything to mock Cool Whip? Let me know if you've tried it yourself, not just saw a recipe online. I saw the chickpea one too and I was like, I don't feel like that would be very good. But maybe it is, you never know. So let me know anything you've ever done yourself and tried to do the difference. Okay, this is gonna be liquid, which is good because it will pour it easy. So I've got to cut some bananas up here, and that'll be plenty. Perfect. Okay, let that sit for a minute. Tastes like banana. Okay, now everybody probably makes theirs a little bit different. Do you like smushy cookies when you put it in there? So I like the little bit of crunch on top. So when I get my banana pudding, I don't mind the smushy ones, but I want a little bit of crunch. So I put the extra layer on top, and this is perfect. Simple and easy, not a whole lot of anything to it. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna do some cups now with it. So what I'm gonna do is take some cups, put these cookie crumbs in there, and cut up. I'm gonna do some bananas. I'm gonna do some bananas in there. And then we'll have banana pudding pops. That's a very easy thing you can make. And it'll be delicious. You can use vanilla wafers. I just had the other one, so why not use what you can? Banana pudding, all done. All right, so the whole point, main thing, was to make a ton of 4-boy subs out of these breads right here. We even opened these ones up. These weren't too bad. They have a little, they're like a Kaiser bun, so they remind me of. So I'm gonna use the other ones first, and then we'll go to that one. So 4-boy subs is something we've been making forever. They're delicious and yummy. Liked by many, not only my family, but a lot of people on here as well. So I'm gonna make a double batch of these because we're freezing these. This freezes well. Usually I go get those dollar loaves from Walmart and like the big giant sub Italian breads, and then cut them in half and put this mixture on half of it, and then fill it with our meat and cheese. So usually we've tried different ones over the years. We go back to the same one, ham and salami and provolone cheese. That's it. That's it. We've done like chicken and bacon. We've done turkey, and so we just keep going back to the same ones. That it's easy, yummy. It's a nice combination. So I'm like, stick to what you know. Don't change it up. And then what you can do is you wrap it in foil. You bake it in the oven. It's crispy. Cheese is melted. It serves a whole lot of people. These little ones will be different because they're individual, but the big giant one serves a whole lot of people. And then you can put out all your toppings. You can put lettuce and mild pepper rings. You can put tomato, onion, whatever you like to put on your sub. So this is, my kids like this. They definitely like this. It's great, and it's freezable because then you can take them out of the freezer and just like in the refrigerator, and all you do is heat them up in the microwave because the mixture on the side just makes it nice and bubbly and gooey and delicious. So winner in our household for sure. Like I said, microwave. Oven's nice because it gets it crispy, but however you want to do it. So if I wrap mine in foil, we can put them in the oven. If I do them in parchment paper, we just put them in the microwave. So it's normally half a stick of butter and 1 container of cream cheese. I'm doing double. Hold on. And that's a good blob of mustard here. I don't know if we're almost out of mustard. I didn't even check it. used to have garlic to it. I really do. Let me look up my cookbook. Maxine's beside herself. She put her head into the covers. I'm just thinking, like, we got away from putting anything else into it. That's so funny. How do I even make my own thing? Poor boy subs. I promise you, we've been making them forever. What is poor boy subs under? It's not in alphabetical order. Hold on. Oh, it's probably under. Hold on a second. It's in a different section. Poor boy subs. It is garlic. I thought we stuck garlic in there. I thought so. Okay, I'm gonna put some garlic in. We used to use minced. I'm just gonna use dried. Okay, let's mix this up here. I want to use up the rest of that mustard, so I'm like, let me get every last bit, so I put some water in there. Call it good. I'm not going to use this bag, so let me get all of these. Think of these. These are over $1 for the whole entire bag. What? They're perfect. I'm just checking to make sure there's nothing yucky on them. Oh my goodness. They're authentic Cuban. Oh, they're the Cuban rolls too. Those are even better. What's the regular price on these? $6. I paid $1 for these. Wow, this is perfect. Okay. So I'm going to cut open all of these and put some stuff on the one side of them, and then I will make some. I was going to make some for Greg, just regular Italian subs. I'll see how much stuff I have. I know I have a lot of lunch meat, so we'll see how much we can stretch with all this. I'm going to get my knife out here. Okay, I wanted to see how many I would, I gotta change the battery. The buns here for those, the blue bag that I got, they're like this. They smell like, they almost have a little sweet smell, even though they don't taste that way. But they're like a Kaiser bun. Like, you know, Kaiser buns have a little bit of that sweeter, I don't even know, thing to it. But it's good. We used them for hamburgers last night. So I'm gonna get out ham, salami, provolone, stick it on top, wrap them up. I got a whole bunch of poor boy subs for real cheap. Okay, so I ended up with 32 sandwiches here that I'm rolling up. It only fits 4 in a bag, but that's okay. So what I'll do now is I'm gonna do these right now, and then I'm gonna do some for Greg, just like a Italian sub sandwich. So I can freeze some of those for him as well. And then I'll kind of see what I have left for bread wise, and then I will, it seems like I smell the lunch meat. And then I'll go from there to see if I wanna mix up some more poor boy sub mixture. All right, I made a ton of poor boy subs there, and I'm like, and I still have I still have half here. Well, about half of the ham. There's 32 pieces of lunch meat in there, so I'll try to remember that for next time. Try to. But that was good ham to have, because usually I get like the one from Sam's, and it's thinner, which is fine. But I feel like I have to put a whole lot more in it, so this is probably going to be the better value. I've got enough for Greg pretty much for the month, right? 5, 10, 15. I have like 17 sandwiches, so that's about 3.5 weeks worth of lunches. That's pretty awesome. And then, yeah, right there, how many's in here for kids? 4. There's 32 sandwiches, so that's a lot. Like 4 kids will eat it, maybe 5. That's not bad at all. So I've got just a few left here. So I'm like, okay, let's use up what we have. I don't have any more. I have like 2 pieces of provolone left, but I think I can just stretch what we have and make it work. So I might as well. And then the lunch meat, it's good till August, so I don't mind putting that in the refrigerator. I'm sure we'll go back to the discount store and maybe get some more. So I need to whip out another batch of this. Okay, I looked at it when I was setting it out, it looks like it has tiny little flakes of coconut in it. And I'm like, what is that? And like little white things on there? Those are actually coconut pieces. So I kind of looked it up. It's like a Jamaican bread. So I don't know. So I was just looking up seeing if I could find what sandwich goes with it. But it's good. It has, like I said, it has a little bit of a sweet taste to it, but it works. All right, so look at, we're gonna have, I like the fact that we're making something out of like not too much money here. Like I said, with it being $1 for all of those bread, that's pretty cheap. So, you know, it's like when you can go and stock up on that, that's a beautiful thing. So I like to use all this up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Should I do a double up? I'll probably double up, right? So the thing is, we're gonna be a little, Maxine's like, Mommy, just give it to me instead. I wonder if we need to cut this. Let's use the scissors here. So nothing's going to waste, because we don't really have sandwiches plain. We'd have it like with this. So somebody will get some extra ham. Maxine's like, oh, pick me. She's like, please, Mom. Okay, so we'll have to get, like I said, we're gonna have to get further here with the cheese, because I only have like one thing. These are great. I forgot how great these containers are. I used to get all of our lunch meat from Aldi for poor boy subs, and I used to use these and reuse these containers. I forgot all about that. That worked out real good. So this will be good, and then we'll put these, I'll leave some out because we'll have some today and probably through the weekend because it's easy and they like it, and I think kids are going to be in and out this weekend, so I'm thinking that will be just something I won't have to cook anything, and then I'll freeze the rest of them. Okay, perfect. So now I've got salami left. We can do this with like bagels. Probably get that container store over there. Let's use that. Right here's some leftover, but I gotta get cheese now because I only have this provolone cheese, and so I don't know. I could put like spicy cheese on. It's gonna have to do like half of. Oh, did I totally miss that one? I completely missed that one. Makes sense. Like, Mom, I know the smell. Where's Let me get some cheese here. Would anybody even know it's Swiss cheese? I have Gouda and pepper jack as well. I think they would. That's okay, we'll put the Swiss cheese on here. I'll put a full slice of Swiss in here. Let me do that for the last remainder ones here. That works, okay, good. Let me wrap these ones up, and we've got some more poor boy subs. I'm gonna take these out to my freezer and find a place for them. And I left out a bag for, I have 2 bags out, so we can have those for the next couple days. So awesome. All right, so I just had to take a bunch of stuff out to my freezer. I took some stuff that was in here to stick out there so I got room. So that freezer is stocked. So I'm like, there's so much in there, which is good. So full, all in there, still ice cream in there hidden. That's a good thing. I grabbed out those little waffle cone pieces. Remember, I think it's like mini waffle bites. I don't know. I opened the bag. It smelled like a good cinnamon sugar mixture, so I just put some in the oven. We'll see if they're good, if the kids like them. And then the other thing that's taking up a lot of space is my spinach. So I'm going to crush this down and put it in a Ziploc bag. It'll take up way less space. Let's do that, and then we're going to make our own brown sugar. I know, it's simple. Did it back in the day, just haven't done it, and I'm thinking, I'm like looking, I'm like, is there more to do? And I might be done. So let's just squish this here, and then it'll just fit better in the freezer. Okay, that took up way less of a container right there. Just smash it. Even this will freeze and it should break apart more. So this will go in the freezer. I'm gonna get a bowl for brown sugar. Okay, so with the price of everything being ridiculous, you can make your own brown sugar for cheap. I know this. I've been buying it for a while though, but I have made it before, and it's just one of those things where you're like, you just forget to, not even forget. You just get lax, I guess is the word. So I'm gonna pour out. Let's pour all of this sugar here. We're gonna make a bunch because I will fill out my whole container here, and I have a whole big bag of sugar. So let's pour this in here. I'm not sure how much I probably should fill up the container. That's what I should do. Is that bad that I'm doing this backwards? We're gonna guess 5 put some in a bag. Okay. Basically put the sugar, and then you're gonna take molasses in here. And you can pour as much molasses as you want. And you're gonna kind of mix it up by hand. And it's just getting all of that mixed in there. This way you can make it be however light you like, however dark you like. I'm going to get the bottle out here. About 2 jars. I know that's a really bad way to get stuff out of your cupboard, but I don't want to have to go get a chair. Okay, so let's just mix this up between our hands until it's real looking like brown sugar. Okay, brown sugar right here. Over here, slow as molasses. Trying to get the remainder of it out. So I used about, what, half, 3/4 of a jar? Yeah, half of this jar, and then about 1/4 of that. I'm gonna rinse this off. I'm sure it's cheaper. You have to figure out what 3/4 of a jar of this would be with the amount of sugar. But there you go, you got tons. It's a little more like, this one's more caramely color, where the one from the store is a little bit more tan, I guess is the word. But look at, we've got brown sugar. So this would be a whole bag here. So I'm thinking, what is a whole bag? Is it like $6, $7? Let's see if that's, I guess that's how I can figure it out, because one of these, when I get the bags from Sam's Club, I fill up a whole entire container. So that's probably $7, $8. I'm sure sugar is cheaper, and the molasses, you gotta figure the cost in there. And the healthy part of it, and the time to want to do that. You might not want to mix it up, I get you. I was good guessing. I almost had a whole container. Okay, so that's not bad. So just a few little bit of time, and now I've got that in there. Let me pour sugar into my container. I'm not worried about pouring on top because sugar's not going to go bad. Got that up to go with the yogurt. So I think, let me put this away and then we're almost done. Okay, totally wrong on these. These are not waffle bites. They are potatoes, but they taste, they're light, but they taste like a sweet potato, and they have like sugar and cinnamon on them. So are they just potatoes with I'm trying to see potatoes with sugar. Or maybe some wild vegetable, I have no idea. Okay, totally throwing that off. I was expecting a waffle. $5. Will they eat it? I don't know. I'll let you know. I'm done in here. I'm done. I've cleaned up. I'm looking at my list. You know, I was gonna make a shepherd pie with the leftover hamburger gravy, but I think I'm just gonna leave it with hamburger gravy. We can have that. We can have poor boy subs tonight. Easy Thursday, but I still got things prepped. Popsicles look awesome. They're still not frozen, I don't think. They won't be frozen until tomorrow because I put them in that freezer, so everybody's gonna be opening and shutting it. So I have to get those out of there. The yogurt is in the oven. Let me make sure it doesn't get too hot. No, feeling good under there. That will sit for another 4 hours. I'm calling it an easy day today because now I can focus on school for the kids and everything else that we have to work on this afternoon. So I hope you enjoyed today's food prep, meal prep, freezer prep, getting things done, and you know what, making more food for my family, saving some money. That's what you do, is take some time to invest, save some money. It's good. So, all right, you have a fantastic rest of your day. I'll see you tomorrow. Bye.